Who are these passport bros? Why are they making headlines all over the internet? And why are they bombarded with controversy? Well, the passport bros are foreign men who have chosen to seek out foreign women, typically from countries like Dominican Republic, Brazil, Colombia, Thailand, and Philippines, looking for a wife. Interesting. But actually, guys, if we are talking about foreign men coming to the Philippines to look for a wife, that's not so foreign to us. That's not new. Foreign men has been coming in and out of the country way back 20, 30 years ago. It only becomes controversial nowadays because of huge involvement of black community, specifically the African American, who left their country and very vocal in saying that they are fed up of Western women who are toxic, fat, and not feminine enough to their liking. And they are looking for someone submissive that won't talk back to them or have opinions different than theirs. For real? Another reason is because of Western women's reaction to it.
When you pay attention to the passport bros, like they're getting women from like the DR, Colombia,
Yes.
The Philippines, Thailand, like women that can speak very little English, women that don't have education.
They are angry, furious, calling the Filipinas uneducated, speak little English, and FYI, I'm half black, half Filipina, so I'm kinda torn between two lovers drama, you know? But because I was born and raised in the Philippines, I am definitely more of Filipina. So let me address that issue once and for all. English is not our mother tongue. We have more than 170 dialects to deal with, and every Filipino speaks more than one dialect. For example, the word langgam. Every Cebuano can relate to this. Langgam in Tagalog is referred to ant, but the langgam in Cebu is referred to bird. While the langgam in Manila is just crawling, the langgam in Cebu is already flying. See how complicated that is? So it's really unfair if you judge your intellect based in certain language. Entiendes, amigas? But anyway, let's not focus into that. I understand why you guys are mad. So okay, here are the things passport bro needs to do before traveling to other countries. Keep your mouth shut. Basic, right? Obviously, some of these Western women are furious and throwing shades to the women from the East because you guys are making comparison. You are so jaded towards Western women, calling them toxic, fat, not feminine, traditional, and submissive. That might be true, but can't you just leave your country peacefully though, without saying anything bad against them or degrading Black American women at some point? Why is it that you sounds like as if you just woke up from a long coma? They've been like that before. Why you only notice now? When white men began choosing Asian wives, I do not remember there being a huge deal of them telling each other to grab passports and hop countries to find a wife. They just did it. Simple as that. No drama, no interviews, no bashing at their women. They left. Next, get a therapy before getting a passport.
Stop it. Get some help.
Let's admit it, some of these men are fresh from divorce and some are not even divorced yet. Some of the brothers seems hurt and very traumatized from previous relationship that they become too controlling and demanding. They have their own rules when it comes to relationships and not even willing to compromise. They'll be like, it's not partnership because the husband will be the boss and the husband will make all the decisions. All you have to do is to agree, yes dear, or okay honey, because that's their definition of being submissive. And you cannot even have your own proposals because that's against their beliefs of being submissive. Ay, ay, ay. Some of these men are delusional. He will tell you, I've been to that kind of relationship before, which end up to bad divorce, without even realizing that he is dealing with a different woman, with different culture, and different upbringing. Why is it that the new person has to suffer? Bro, make your intentions clear. Considering that you are already divorced, are you willing to get married again? Or are you just here for sex tourism? And hey, don't get me wrong. I have nothing personal against you guys, and I respect the right of anyone to choose whoever they want to. And I have friends who are passport bros who are sincere with their intentions of finding wives. In fact, some are already happily married up to this day. And as long as you are abiding the laws and cultural norms of the country you go to, I support you guys on finding true love overseas. What I am just saying is do not give false promises, especially if there are children involved. Like your girlfriend, for instance, is a single mom. Are you fully committed? Are you willing to take care of someone else's children and love them as your own? Are you ready for the extended families? You know, we Filipinos are very family oriented. You marry one, you marry to all. Are you ready for that? So I guess it's safe to say that you heal first before jumping to another relationship. Don't make the new person the receiving end of your frustrations. Do not bleed on the person who didn't cut you, okay?
Another one.
Learn the language and the culture. Although English is widely spoken in the Philippines, learning how to say good morning, please, thank you, etc. in Tagalog goes a long way in making people think of you in a good way. You will instantly see a brilliant smile on the faces of the locals when you greet them, magandang umaga, that's good morning. You might also learn how to point with your lips if you ask them something like, where did you buy that? And they'll be like, why you don't kiss them, huh? You might think they're asking for a kiss, you know? Learning the local language will also make things a lot easier as you may encounter cultural misunderstandings or language barriers that can lead to awkward or even dangerous situations. Oh my God, I remember one time someone told me, you cannot have the cake and eat it too. And without realizing that we're not even talking about real cake. And you know, I love cake so much. I was like, of course not. If I'm buying the cake, of course I'm gonna eat it all. See? Language barrier. You know? Are you patient enough to explain to your woman what exactly are you trying to say? Or will you be humble enough to come to her first if she is sulking or making tampo if you two have little misunderstandings? Are you going to change her life for the better or make it worse? Another one, learn to compromise. Oh my God. I actually talked to some of these passport bros. Please do not come to other countries with a lot of demands and expect other women to cater your demands. Like women need to be like this, like that, feminine, submissive, traditional, and sorry to say, but some of you cannot even afford a traditional wife. Some of the passport bros got nothing but a passport.
Damn!
I'm not trying to diss you guys, huh? But let's address the elephant in the room. Instead of demanding too much, like your definition of being traditional, she'll be cooking, cleaning the house, doing laundry. Nothing wrong with that. We do that every day. But can you be a traditional husband too? Let's say if she's not feeling well, will you step up? What's your game plan? You have to reassess yourself. Focus on what you can bring to the table. Be broad-minded and communicate as much as you can. It's important to be willing to listen and learn from each other. By immersing yourself in another culture, you can gain a deeper understanding of the world and expand your horizons. It's an opportunity to step outside your comfort zone and experience new things, whether it's trying new food, learning a new language, or exploring a new city. Next, expect the unexpected. The Philippines is a beautiful country, but it's a third world country. So adjust your expectations accordingly. There's still a lot of things to improve in terms of transportation, structure, services, and so on. Wi-Fi isn't available in all public areas in the Philippines, and even private connections are slow. The best way to get connected to the internet is buying your own SIM card. And you know what, guys? The Filipinos pride themselves for being warm and hospitable to visitors, especially to foreigners. So don't be surprised if strangers start chatting with you like if you need help of any kind, they're always ready to help. However, take note that the country as a whole is still fairly conservative. So make sure you will not take it differently or misinterpret it maliciously. Cultural differences can sometimes create misunderstandings or conflict. Whatever acceptable in your country may not be acceptable in the Philippines. Though Filipinos are known for being extremely sweet and passionate, PDA in public areas are still strictly prohibited. And there is one particular thing we always like to remind you guys. Keep your voice low, especially if you are encountering problems and conflicts. Filipinos will usually approach you in a calm, relaxed, and gentle way. It's a nice thing, but we expect you to do the same. If the food you ordered was wrong, if the hotel forgot to change your towel, or for other complaints, try your best to approach the issue in a relaxed way. Screaming and loud voices are some behaviors likely to trigger Filipinos. Since we are not used to do that in public and we don't tolerate bullying in our country, oh my God, gone are the days of colonialism, okay? So arise your issues privately and calmly. You'll see, we will go an extra mile to help you or repair our mistakes. So you guys slow down. Don't believe everything you saw in the internet. I'm not sure what are some of these brothers are trying to project, but one thing for sure, not everywhere in the Philippines you'll get treatment like a king, and in fact, if you will be unlucky enough to make a wrong move and go to certain areas in Mindanao, your family might end up making a GoFundMe for you. Another one, be teachable.
What I meant by when I said that Brazilian women are easy, and I shouldn't use the word easy. I know that now. I'm sorry.
This is where usually the problem started. You come here in our country like as if you know everything. Nobody's perfect, you know. Learn to approach international dating with respect, empathy, and an open heart. You have to remember, each individual has their own unique motivations and desires. It's important to honor and respect those differences. By connecting with people with different backgrounds and cultures, we can gain a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us. Learn to acknowledge your flaws too, and be willing to change and meet the other person halfway. If you are being called out, be open to constructive criticism rather than taking it as an insult. Allow your woman to help you unlock the best version of yourself. Bottom line is, treat the woman with respect rather than just treating them as an exotic souvenir that you can brag about. Okay, next, do some research. Before embarking in any international expedition, make sure you do some research and understanding the laws surrounding in the country you plan to visit. In some countries, it may be illegal to engage in sexual activity outside of marriage or to date someone below 18. Failing to abide by local laws can lead to legal problems, and you don't want that to happen to you as foreigner. Also, smoking weed. It might be legal in your country, but strictly prohibited in other countries, like the Philippines. A man from Texas was sentenced to 16 years in prison in Thailand in 2016 after being caught with methamphetamine in his possession. Always remember, ignorance of the law excuses no one. Acknowledge the potential risks and negative consequences associated with this type of travel, and to approach it with caution and respect for local cultures and customs. It is always best to familiarize yourself to basic customs and etiquette of the countries you're traveling to. When it comes to dating overseas, it's critical to approach it with respect and a genuine interest in getting to know someone. While it's true that some men may use their travel experiences to exploit women, it's unfair to assume that all passport bros engage in such behavior. Actually, many who travel overseas for dating have a genuine interest in learning about different cultures and building connections with people from around the world. This video is for those who are so entitled and taking advantage of the vulnerability of the women, exploiting some young, innocent women who wants to get out from poverty. That's what I can tolerate, and the world is watching you. Until next time, again, this is Lady Sarcy. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Keep safe, everyone. I love you.